One of my favorite sayings is attributed to the American author Mark Twain. It is that there are lies, damned lies, and then there are statistics. Now, it doesn't matter who actually first coined that, but it's really worth bearing in mind, especially when we think of any of the facts that are given to us by interested parties, be they in business, government, or whatever, especially, I think, in the cases of government. Take, for example, the matter of unemployment. We get given by Stats South Africa regular statistics about unemployed on the expanded definition, the narrow definition. But if we interrogate that, as I have done, and I'm sure some of you may have done, you may have discovered, as I have, that the real unemployment rate is worryingly much higher than it really is. But although we interrogate these things in terms of figures and numbers, lies, damned lies, and statistics actually, I think, should be interpreted in a much broader way. Basically, what it means is that we should interrogate everything, that there is no absolute truth, other than perhaps the statement I've just made, that there is no absolute truth. But we have to act on facts as we know them, and we act on them. And if we discover them to be incorrect, by interrogating them constantly, by being critical and doing critical analysis, we can change our minds. For example, if we're traveling on a road on a long distance trip and we realize we've gone in the wrong direction, do we keep going? Of course not, we turn around. Unfortunately, we don't seem to do that with a lot of our thinking. And that is something I worry about. I know, if I'm going on previous experience, that my column, my Inside Labour column this week, which you'll be able to read on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and in the business section in print of City Press on Sunday, will probably result in a lot of adverse comment and supportive comment, but from a narrow perspective. The column is going to be about support for the idea of a national minimum wage, which I happen to think is not just a fundamental human right, I also think it makes economic sense. But it may be taken out of context. It should not be, because it's not just one thing. You'll have the union saying, we support it, business saying, we're opposed to it, without looking at the overall context. Now, I may be wrong in my arguments. You may have other arguments. You may have other facts which may change my point of view. But let's hear them. You can send them in, as you know, to editor@fin24.com. That's editor@fin24.com. I've always made that call, and there have been some very useful comments over recent weeks. And directly to me, some questions which I hope I've answered in a satisfactory way, sometimes directly and sometimes online. There have also been a lot of puerile comments, and quite honestly, some that are just plainly abusive. I think they should remain on this platform because they show the distance we still have to travel to get to have a meaningful debate. And meaningful debate is what this is all about. Fortunately, ignorance, prejudice, and bigotry are not congenital diseases. They can be cured by clear thinking, and that can be triggered by open debate. And that's what I'm hoping we'll have from now on. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.